as we start to grow one rental at a time and I start to follow folks like Bo Eckstein, it becomes very obvious to me that the best of the best know how to leverage money, leverage time, and leverage relationships. I'm going to talk about all three of these with Bo because, again, if you want to be a entrepreneur, if you want to be a full-time employee with a side hustle, you need to get good at leveraging money, time, and relationships. Bo, how you doing, man? Which one do you want to go to first?
Yeah, I think any of them really. And I was thinking of leveraging money, and that could be OPM, other people's money. Like that's a great way to leverage. That's what I did a lot of in the beginning. Was when I was buying properties, is finding uh, people that had capital that wanted to get into real estate and
Mhm.
getting them on board to invest in my deals. And so like that's a way to really leverage if you can. Obviously, whenever you're using investor capital, you have to protect capital. I see too many people not protecting the investor capital. That's not. Don't put people's money at risk. I mean,
Mhm.
sure, there's certain level of risk, but leveraging other people's money, I think, is one of the foundations to get your real estate business going. You got hard money lenders. Obviously, you have gap lenders that come in. We see that in business ownership. I'm doing several deals in SBA right now where the guy or gal went out and found a really good cash flowing business. The owner is retiring and they're walking into a business that's going to pay him a $300,000 salary. They're bringing in investors to bring in all the money, and so
Hmm.
they're just signing they're signing a personal guarantee. So I think there's a lot of ways to leverage into wealth, but you got to do it correctly.
Yeah, you absolutely have to do it correctly. I've seen plenty of people blow up because of leverage. When I think about leveraging money, I go back to our beginning, and that was savings. Obviously, first we lived below our means. We sacrificed. We did all of that, but that only takes you so far. Leveraged equity. Again, one of the things I did early on was extract equity when available. I did it poorly the first time, i.e., the alligator. Right? Read my book, you'll see what I'm talking about. But you can leverage equity safely. Then I go on and think about the tax code. The tax code has a way for real estate investors via the 1031 exchange, again, to leverage equity into bigger and bigger assets. I think about 401ks. I don't know if all 401ks do this, but mine allowed me to borrow against my 401k. Again, I did that repeatedly, at least once a year there for almost a decade. Paid myself back and then borrowed again. I also think about the time I had a Lexus SUV paid off free and clear. I found a deal and I had no money, but I went out and got a title loan against that. Then we fast forward to the Great Recession. We start buying these, little destroyed properties and fixing them up. And yeah, we borrowed $3, $4, $5 million in private capital, always as debt, never as equity. We didn't want equity partners; we wanted debt partners, and did that again in 2018. So lots of ways to do this, but you're absolutely right. You got to watch leverage of money because it can burn the house down or the empire down. But that's often where we go. So let's talk about time. Doing it well with time. Again, I think the best of the best people I see almost feel like they have a day stretcher. Right? They get so much done inside a 24 or 18 or 16-hour period. It almost seems unfair. I'm reminded of Kobe Bryant legendary stories of hitting his first workout of the day at 5 a.m. Right? Because he knew if he did that every day for years, that he would get 2, 3, 4 extra years of practice to hone his craft. And sometimes it just takes that kind of laser focused discipline. But there's obviously other ways to leverage time, and I know you do lots of that as well.
Yes, I like I for about the last 15 years I've been outsourcing to overseas. And like today my team is I just hired my fifth full-time
Wow.
virtual team member from the Philippines. They work the same hours we work, even though they're 14 hours ahead, I believe. They're used to working with, people in the States. So that is an excellent, because one US dollar is about 57 pesos in the
Mm.
Philippines. So your dollar goes extremely far, and their work ethic is way better than than you're going to find in the States.
Mm.
They are unbelievable employees. Well, I call them independent contractors, not employees. And
1099s.
1099s and extremely loyal people in general. And you're seeing more and more major corporations outsource to places like the Philippines. You're seeing it in Colombia. You're seeing it in Mexico. This is the
Yeah,
way of the
Costa Rica. Yeah.
yeah, call
Yeah.
centers in Costa Rica. So why? So, that's how I'm leveraging right now, because I can arbitrage. Like, I have the most recent hire. I'm putting all my newsletters and all this stuff I do onto the Go High Level platform. So I hired a specific person to be my Go High Level person. They're going to build out all my automations, because once you get the engine moving, like, when people are reaching out every day, you have to have systems, you have to have automations. And
Mhm.
and this can be tailored to any type of business you have. Like, if you have a home service business and you're doing drywall repair, okay, well, you got to be found in search. You got to be answering your phone. So you can scale by hiring and outsourcing in the Philippines or another country that would be comparative. So wherever you're at, wherever your constraints are in your business, think about those and think about how to leverage those pain points. And so by using a combination of automation and VAs and AI to collectively, you can grow huge organizations with just yourself and some independent contractors. And that's
Yeah, I
what I
love
love
that.
about what I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. The other things when I think about leveraging time, there's, I don't know if people realize this, but obviously I produce this show for the YouTube channel, One Rental at a Time. But this one show, your and I's discussion right here, will also end up in a podcast. It will be on Spotify. It will likely be cut up into little shorts and end up on Instagram and TikTok and other things. And there's also a chance this might end up on two of my smaller YouTube channels, Best of Orat and Daily Financial News. That happens because I have team members. I do not create any content other than YouTube. If you see other stuff from me, that's because somebody else has chopped up one of these discussions, one of these videos, put it on Spotify, put it on Instagram, put it here, put it there. And it's fun to see that reach in other areas that I don't have to do, right? I do this exercise 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, and it produces hundreds of pieces of content each and every week. Second, I think about things that I do not like to do and things I don't want to do. For example, this discussion we are having, it is recorded live with zero editing. If I had to edit videos, it wouldn't happen. I'm just comfortable having a discussion. It's raw, it's real. In fact, I think it'll be the thing that's liked most in a year or two when AI is dominating content creation. People will like authentic and real, no editing, no jump cuts, none of that. So I think we're ahead of the game because I know AI is the rage today. But I don't do thumbnails well. I'm not an artist, right? So I pay to remove things I don't like. What do I do well? I'm good at creating relationships and I'm good at creating content. So that's what I do. And then I have everybody else do everything. So those are some things that I think about. So let's get to technology, right? There's lots of people using technology in different ways.
Yeah. So technology, I like I said, I'm using High Level, which is a great platform to build anything you want, websites, my events, automations. So if I have an event on, say, Eventbrite, people register. Now they're going to go into my automatically. They're going to go and get tagged inside my Go High Level. So then you can. It's like you're running everything. So like the more I can do, like Michael was talking about. Repurposing his video stuff, right? That's a form of leverage. I use a
Mm-hmm.
tool called Opus Pro, and Opus cuts the reels AI, and it does a really good job. So I could take this video right here, I could upload it to Opus, and I have 10 reels. I go back and tweak it, or you have a VA tweak it a little bit. So
Sure.
what are those tools? So stuff like Go High Level, stuff like Opus Pro. There's software called Cast Magic, which will write show notes and do all that kind of stuff. You can simply use ChatGPT and set up a custom GPT. I'm using AI more and more. Actually, one of the speakers at our event this weekend, Real Estate and Business Expo, Dr. Rachel, she's not only a really good real estate investor in the short-term and mid-term space, she's an AI like genius. And she was teaching me stuff the other day. She creates custom GPTs and they're like employees. So like
Nice.
they do certain projects for you. So you can really do anything you want. And the guys, at this point, we are so blessed to have the amount of technology at our fingertips. Now, there's so much you have to kind of silo because you're going to get overwhelmed. Don't get overwhelmed, embrace and implement. And I mean, just to give you an example, before I just got on with you, I was on with Kevin and Jeff, two of my virtual team members, and I was giving them an assignment, and the assignment was I just got Sales Navigator, which is a tool for LinkedIn where you can find people. So Kevin and Jeff are creating. We call it the 10-80-10 rule. I come up with the idea. They do 80% of the work. I check it on the back end. 10%.
Oh, Chamath Palihapitiya, right there. 10-80-10. That's what he does as well, apparently.
Okay. I don't know who I got it from, but I like it, and I'm taking it.
There you go. It's yours now.
So then they're going into Sales Navigator, right? Just think about the power of this leverage right now. And then we have a tool that scrapes the information and gets the contact email address for the person I'm trying to reach. And so I'm leveraging this for my lending business. Just to give you an example, I do one of my businesses, SBA loan advisory brokering. So I'm actually going out specific to franchisors that are expanding territories. And I'm specifically going after franchisors that their total project costs are between $1 million to $5 million. So that means when they refer me, one of the candidates that's buying that franchise location, doing a construction loan, a build out, my loan's going to be $2 to $4 million.
Yeah.
And so we're building those lists, and then those lists get uploaded to Go High Level, and then it's automated. So they get an email sequence, boom, 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 and a bunch of things happen. And so I land one of those relationships, and let's just say I make 1% on a $3 million loan. That's 30 grand, right? What if they refer me, I'm making this number up, 10 deals over the year? That's $300,000, right? Because you come up with the idea, you have a team to do 80% of it, and then you do the 10% on that back end. Those are the things that I think move businesses, and that's what I like about Alex Hormozi. He kind of like lives this life, and that's why I really like following him and his content, because he's a go-getter. He just brought on did you see he just brought on a
new CEO?
Yeah, that guy, I can't think of his name, but that guy is super smart. He's an Indian
ex-Goldman,
guy.
I think. Yeah, Goldman,
that guy is. So anyways, I think wherever you're at, and this could be, let's go back to, I'm just a W-2 person and don't know where to start. Well, you could get yourself into like some sort of franchise or vending business. And let's just say it's a vending business. What if you had a VA that was scouting your local market and making contacts with hotels and schools and finding you locations to put your vending machines in? Simple things. You just break it down. You could think there's 1,000,001 things. I mean, I have one of the staffing companies I work with, the founder of the company, he has a house like VA that basically orders his Amazon food, gets his cleaners scheduled, everything from the Philippines. So you can do anything. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Very, very cool. Well, the 10-80-10 was not Chamath. It's actually Dan Martell. Sorry, I misspoke. Dan Martell is the first one, at least first person I heard talk about 10-80-10. But when I think about resources or technology, the other thing I think about is being a W-2 employee. And I actually go back to my 7 rules. I think it's rule number 3, meet 2 new people a week. One of the very interesting things I don't think a lot of people do is just ask for referrals, ask for introductions, right? Because it's amazing when you really spiderweb yourself out and you get to meet more and more people. You never know who's going to have that insight, that technology, that hack that allows you to do this. So I would tell people to be more purposeful about leveraging their personal network, whether it's building a business, growing a brand, media. Just ask for referrals, ask for introductions. There's so much ways out there. Again, when I think about leverage, again, a lot of people, use it poorly or inefficiently. You do need to protect yourself, especially when leveraging money. But if you leverage money, leverage time, resources, tech, it's just a way to go faster and more efficient. Why don't you talk about the event that you are leading and hosting on Saturday?
Sure, thank you. And yeah, the last thing on leverage is leverage. Like I'm leveraging YouTube. I've created 2,000 plus videos, and those videos are evergreen, meaning people found a topic from 2 years ago and they click on the link and they book a call with me. It's like ongoing. So once you have that flywheel going of technology and automations and leverage, the sky's the limit. But that was a great conversation. Thanks for having that. So the Real Estate and Business Expo is this Saturday, which is July 19th. 9 to 9:10 is the welcome and kickoff with Bo and Michael Zuber. 9:10 to 9. Guys, I don't stop for lunch or anything. So have a sandwich ready in the refrigerator. 9:10 to 9:45. Sam Wiegert, co-living, the future of residential investing. Guy has about 160 beds, 180 beds, somewhere in there. 9:45 to 10:20. Blake Daly, boutique hotels, less doors, more cash flow. And then I think we have a coffee break from 10:20 to 10:25. 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Woo.
I was like, you know what? Let's just give it 10:25 to 11. Laundromat resource. Jordan Berry, how one or two laundromats can replace your W-2 income. 11 to 11:40. I have I call it a business model speed round. We're going to show you vending businesses. We're going to show you, I think I have 10 businesses. I'm going to talk 3 to 4 minutes per slide.
Yeah, you're going to have to go fast.
High level overview of that. 11:40 to 12:05. We've got cost segregation 101. We have a cost segregation coming to talk about what's new with cost segregation, how bonus depreciation works, and some hacks on some value add, like if you're doing a remodel, how you can really take advantage of cost segregation, and much more. And then from 12:05 to 12:35, it was going to be lunch, but I didn't have enough time, so we have Eric Cabral, and he is a branding guy. I'm in several groups with him. He's a genuine, awesome guy. He's going to talk about branding and building your business, building your personal brand, how that can help you grow your business. And then right after that, Tom Wheelwright, co-author of From Paycheck to Freedom, our book together. We're going to pick his brain on anything and everything tax strategy, and he'll break down the new tax rules so we can ask a lot of questions there. And guys, it's not how much money you make, it's how much you keep in your pocket. Remember that. And then from 110 to 125, Bo Exine, myself, how to get SBA financing to buy your first business. And then from 125 to 2 o'clock, Dr. Rachel, and she's going to talk about the sexy side of midterm rentals. She's a big short-term, midterm rental person, really into the tax advantages of short-term rentals. From 2 to 2:35, Michael Zuber, Economic Update, State of the Union, and What's Next. That I made that title up. I figured that's somewhere where we're going to go from, but you can tweak it a little bit.
Works for me. No, perfect.
And then you and I close it out with talking about next steps, the triangle method, and that and much more. And that's the day. That's an action-packed day. You couldn't fit more into a day and deliver a lot of value. If you're interested in real estate, obviously you're here, you're watching this, we all are in real estate. We know real estate is the wealth building tool. So we're combining real estate, we're combining operating businesses, and we're combining tax strategy, which makes up the triangle method. There you go. That's my next book.
Man.
The triangle
there you go, Bo. I appreciate you. This is amazing, folks. This is going up Friday, so you can come Saturday. Again, the price is $0. We are doing this as a test run. So if you ever want to come to one of these, this is the one. Every other one coming will be paid for to be in a seat. So come check it out. Let us know what you think. Lots of ways to build wealth. We are going to give you a smorgasbord or a buffet of choices. Come learn, come be inspired, ask some questions, have some fun. Bo, take care.
OneRentalMeeting.com. Get your ticket at OneRentalMeeting.com. Right. You go in there, and on the top left side of that page, you'll see Real Estate and Business Expo. Click on that. It takes you to the Eventbrite. Boom. Get your ticket. Reserve it. Get there early, guys, because I think we'll be at capacity on Zoom, and I'm not upgrading my Zoom account. So
not for a free meeting. Exactly. Yeah. OneRentalMeeting.com is now on the screen. Shame on me for not having it up the whole time. OneRentalMeeting.com. Get registered. Get there early, and I'll talk to you guys Saturday. Later.